Do short theme song intro. No one heeded my warnings about Bill C-10. Now, in the not-too-distant future, Bill C-10 will pass through Parliament, albeit under a new name. This bill will have profound effects on Canadian content creators and Canadian content consumers alike. American content creators, who like to think whatever happens here has no effects on them, will receive a nasty taste of maple wash called CanCon. This video is a snippet of how future events might unfold. American content creators, categorized as broadcasters by the Canadian government, had to scramble to find Canadians to bring onto their shows. The Majority Report was slow to act, and after being turned down by many talented Canadian personalities, had no other choice but to give Sandy a try. Here is a scene from this dystopian future. I tried to warn you.
It is Thursday, June 10th. I'm Sam Cedar.
And I'm Sandy Lovis, the necessary Canadian for the Majority Report to meet their CanCon requirements.
Which of these stories will you be talking about today?
Lawmakers beginning to suspect Jeff Bezos isn't honest. What's this? The CRTC is monitoring me? Okay. Add French. But this is an American show. They barely speak English. A French intro is required as per CRTC regulations? Fine. Bon, les nouveaux en français appliquent sur les deux. Ça me serait un imbécile de me considérer pour cette position. Lawmakers beginning to suspect Jeff Bezos isn't honest. Thanks to recent reporting by Reuters, a group of lawmakers are beginning to suspect that Jeff Bezos and other Amazon officials may not have been 100% honest with them about how the... What now? Are you kidding me? Ugh. Jeff Bezos and other Amazon's officials may not have been 100% honest with them about how the company treats competitors' products on its service during congressional hearings. Imagine that. The richest man in the world just lying. Who does he think he is? A Trudeau liberal? Sorry. Criminal referrals expected in January 6 inquiry. Democrats on the House Select Committee investigating the January 6 insurrection say they are prepared to pursue criminal charges against Trump world figures including Steve Bannon, who have refused to comply with congressional subpoenas. By the time you hear this, a fresh subpoena may have gone out to Jeffrey Clark, a lower-ranking Justice Department official whom Donald Trump wanted to promote to Attorney General to help his efforts to stay in office despite losing the election to President Joe Biden. Wait. That's a thing? You can just ignore subpoenas and get away with it? Geez, no wonder your Congress is useless. Shutdown watch. Iron Dome doomed. Today the big news is more backroom positioning, exemplified by a story in Political about the House Progressive Caucus staging a short revolt to get $1 billion US, that is 47 trillion Canadian dollars, in funding for Israel's Iron Dome system yanked from the prospective spending bill. Remember, this isn't the greater budget bill, but the spending bill that ensures the government has cash to function and is tied to the debt ceiling raises. It's a good move by progressives to get this particular bit of defense spending axed, but Politico also notes a couple things. One, the Iron Dome funding will just shift over to be included in the separate defense funding bill, which is probably where it belongs, if anywhere. And two, the funding bill itself might be doomed anyway because Republicans in the House and Senate have pledged to shoot it down. You guys suck. It's time for Canada to end arms sales to Israel. Since 2015, Canada has exported $57 million in Canadian dollars, that is $126 billion US dollars, worth of weapons to Israel, including $16 million in bomb components. Right, that's 1,784 US dollars. The ongoing bombing of Gaza, including of civilian sites, should compel Canada to reassess all Israel-bound arm exports and imports, such as the recently signed contract with Israel's largest weapons company. Yeah, were pretty horrible too. I'm not going to maple wash this. You'll find the majority report how much for non-compliance? Okay, fine. I'll read from the official statement released from the Prime Minister's office. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau spoke with the Prime Minister of Israel, Naftali Bennett, who congratulated him on his re-election. The two leaders reaffirmed their commitment to the strong cooperation between Canada and Israel, founded on close people-to-people connection, historic ties, and shared democratic values. Of apartheid. What? No! You must have misheard me. Bad internet connection. You know these Americans have poor infrastructure. Anything? Good. Proud Boys riot in Portland. America's most pitiful fascist gang, yep, America's gang, nothing to do with Canada, nope, not at all, rioted in the streets of Portland on Sunday night as the Proud Boys put on what they called a Summer of Love event. And that title is trolling, of course, like everything the Proud Boys do, and as usual, their actions were a boot as far from love as you can get. One of their last exploits was crashing school board meetings in New Hampshire to protest critical race theory. It's a good thing Canada solved racism by exporting it to other countries or labeling it as conservative policy. At least that's what I have to say to qualify for CanCon. Canadian culture is not racist. That statement was as truthful as a Liberal's promise. Sorry.
And now for some quicker quickies.
Quicker Quickie.
The U.S. refuses to tax the wealthy. Same in Canada. In the U.S., the person with the popular vote doesn't win leadership. Trudeau got 32% of the popular vote in the last election, which was less than what O'Toole got. Cops with right-wing ties have been found throughout American police departments. Canada has the RCMP. There are strikes happening across America. They're happening here in Canada too, we're just not hearing about them. Donald Trump once said there are very fine people on both sides when referring to right-wing, left-wing groups in America. Justin Trudeau said, "We see the organization of extremist groups on the far right and the far left that are pushing white supremacy, intolerance, radicalization, peddling hatred, fear, and mistrust across borders, but within borders as well." Yeah, our countries are not that different. Chill out, this is only an audition. I swear on the hockey stick of glory covered in poutine sauce that I will thoroughly maple wash Canadian issues and spew Canadian propaganda should I get the job. So say I as a loyal Liberal. So Sam, did I get the job?
Well, yes, I guess.
Yes. Win by lack of options.
I don't feel comfortable with this at all.
How early will I have to wake up for work?
At 6 a.m.
Oh, a steep tabernacle.